Catherine Stanley. I am here to share with you a little bit about contour drawing. So a contour is the outline edge of an object. So any object that you're drawing or looking at, the outside edge of that object, that is the contours of the object, as well as any interior shapes or lines. And to be a really good drawer, you really want to look at those contours and look at them really carefully. So we're going to do a fun exercise called blind contour. And it's going to feel a little bit weird, but this activity is really going to help you become a better drawer. What a lot of people struggle with when they're trying to draw things from life is they move too fast. They don't spend enough time looking at their actual object and instead stare at their paper the whole time. What we're going to be doing today is considered an exercise. So just like any skill, like if you're training to be a really good soccer player, for example, you have to do exercises to help yourself get there. You need to train your body. Sometimes the exercises make a lot of sense, like maybe you're doing even practice games. Sometimes it makes a little less sense, like you're doing sprints or jumps or squats or other things. But they're all important in helping to train your body to be able to endure the big final game. This is the same type of thing. We're going to do these little exercises that are here to help retrain our brain, our eyes, and our hands to work better together so that when we are ready to draw something from life, we can draw it more accurately with less issues. The exercise we're going to be doing today is called blind contour. Blind contour means you're going to be drawing the contours, the outline, as we talked about, or the interior outlines of an object completely blind, meaning you're going to be looking at your object, but you're not going to look at your paper at all, not even once, just not look at your paper. Sounds scary, sounds intimidating, but it is for everybody, and it's a part of the exercise, and it's going to help you become a better drawer. So for this exercise, you are going to need a white piece of paper, anything to draw with, pencil, pen, marker, whatever. I'm going to use a Sharpie marker, and you might want to consider getting a paper plate or something like that. This is awesome in helping you to keep yourself honest so you don't get tempted to look. So I'm going to take this pen and push it right through the paper or the plate, and it's going to block my vision. As you can see here, I won't be able to see at all the paper at all. I'm not going to have this on when I do my demonstration because, as you can see in the video here, you wouldn't be able to see anything I'm drawing, which defeats the entire purpose. So you could also just simply look away from your paper. So let's get started. I usually have students use their hands as their subject. Hands are really hard. They're one of the hardest things to draw. Every artist will tell you that. They're like little aliens almost when you start drawing them. But a really good subject to draw because you always have it with you. It's always here. And you can also do lots of different positions and lots of different types of things to try different positions and moves. And so it's an ever-changing model that you can always have with you. And because it's hard for everybody, everyone's on the same level playing field. It's hard for everybody. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have my paper and pencil. I'm going to have this up in the corner of the video so you can see how it's looking as I'm doing this. And I'm going to have my hand on my paper, make sure I'm situated. I kind of have myself ready to go. I know how I'm going to start. I'm going to turn away from my paper. Remember, I said you could use a plate or something to really block your vision if you're worried you're going to cheat. And I'm going to hold my hand up. I'm just going to do a basic pose like this, and I'm going to hold it up so that you can see that I'm not looking at my paper at all. And what I'm going to do is completely stare at my hand. I'm going to start in the lower corner here, work my way up and around. Remember, I'm viewing it this way, so I'm going to see my nails and my ring and other things like that. I'm going to advise that you, I usually advise students to set timers for 3 minutes. It's a great way to get a taste of what's going on, and you can slowly progress the time longer and longer if you want to. We're just going to do a short version right here. So I'm going to start in the lower part of my hand, and I'm starting at the lower part of my paper, and I'm not looking at my paper at all. What I'm doing right now is I'm looking very carefully at the outline of my hand. I'm imagining that a little bug or something is crawling slowly on the edge of my hand. And I'm now at the base of my pinky, and I have sort of like a wrinkle I'd like to draw, but I'm really afraid to pick up my pen because I don't know where to start and stop, because again, I'm not looking at my paper. So I'm just going to, without picking up my pen, just keep on going. I'm now at the first knuckle, and I'm gonna go over onto my paper, trying to create the wrinkles of my knuckle. I try to hope that I got back to the right spot. I'm just gonna keep on going. Now, the results of this are gonna be a little weird and funny, so don't be afraid of that. This exercise should feel a little uncomfortable, a little bit unnerving, because this isn't what we're used to, and it's very challenging to draw without being able to look and see if I'm making mistakes or anything. I'm just accepting that I probably am making mistakes, but I'm going to try to do my absolute best. And the best way I can do that is by just slowing down. If you feel like you're going painfully slow, go even slower. I'm now finally onto my second finger, so you can see how long that took just to do the first finger. You're going to really want to take your time when you're doing this, and the slower you go, the better. If at the end of the 3 minutes you don't finish your whole hand or your whole subject, whatever subject you've chosen to draw, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just do the best that you can. The slower you go, like I said, the better it is. I am probably going to speed up the video just for the sake of time, because no one wants to sit here and watch me do this for however many minutes it's going to take me to finish this. But just keep in mind that even if the video is going faster, I'm really not in real life going faster. I'm going just as slow as you see me going right now. Okay, stopping there because I felt the table and realized I had gone off the edge of the table. So I stopped, and I'm looking at my hand, and if that happens to you, great, that's fine, no worries. Just try again on a new piece of paper, or continue the way you're going. This often happens to me. I don't know why this is the way I do things, but every time I do blind contour, my fingers always end up really like fat and chunky for some reason. But this is an example of, I would say, a pretty successful round of blind contour. Although my proportions are extremely huge, much bigger than they really should be, you can see here that I did attempt to get all of the little lines and wrinkles. You can identify that they probably are fingers of some sort. Some parts I did in much better proportion, like the size of the ring and the nails versus the width of the fingers were much larger. And the more you practice this, the better you're going to get. This is an example of, again, what I would consider a somewhat successful run at it. So after you've done one time of working with it like this, and again, this is my results that I ended up with my fat little fingers. Now, if your results don't look anything like what you were drawing, whether it's a hand or another subject, and it literally looks absolutely nothing like it, it's just a mess of scribbles, to me, I would say that's a sign that maybe you need to slow down a little bit. So just slow yourself down, try again, go slower, look at more details. If it feels painfully slow, you're probably doing it right. Keep going. If it looks even a little bit like it, like this little bit looks like a hand, then you consider yourself successful, because for someone who's not looking at the paper, it's pretty good. So keep practicing, keep working at it, and do these exercises whenever you have a few minutes on your hands and you've got nothing to do. It's a great way to improve those drawing skills. Have fun, and I will see you guys in my next video.